Males of Reddit, how would you feel if a girl gave you a flower? She could give me a hydrogen bomb. As long as it's out of affection or kindness, I'd love it. IDK about flowers, but at an old restaurant job I had one of the waitresses I was homies with got me a pineapple, because I talked about how much I love pineapples the whole time I was there. I felt very loved. I took it home, cut it up, and ate the whole thing. Then I googled how much sugar was in a pineapple. Confusion first, being happy second, saying thank you third. I'd either be super happy or think it's a prank. Flattered. It would be one of those things that I think about years later to cheer myself up if I'm ever feeling upset. I would just be glad they came to my funeral. Awfully sweet. I think I'd really like that. I'd be on guard, probably a prank. I would pull the classic Mosby, say, I think I'm in love with you, and see how it goes. Edit, spelling. That would make my year. I'd sneeze because pollen ducking hates me. Any effort goes a long way on me. I tear up easy, so I'd probably be a bubbling mess saying thanks over and over. At first feel like something is odd and off, and be suspicious like someone wants to prank me. Later probably would feel like the best day this year. My wife's friend gave me some flowers for my birthday, I almost started crying. IDK, just a simple act to show someone you care. They sit on my desk now and smell very nice. Smile. Eat it. I get the feeling I'd make it my mission to keep that flower alive. Maybe I'd figure out if I can plant it, grow a little flower bed in my yard. I don't know if that's an overreaction, but I don't receive a lot gestures like that. It'd be a big deal to me. A female friend of mine gave me a dozen roses as a thank you for helping her in class. When the roses dried out I put them in a mason jar. 12 years later the dried out roses in the jar sit on my nightstand and the friend is now my wife. I was given a rose by a girl before. I felt awkward, but only because I had gotten her a rose too, Valentine's Day, but I also had gotten her a box of chocolates. So, I win. Please allow me to answer all future questions asked about women giving men gifts. Men would love to get flowers, candy, treats, steaks etc. from their significant other. Men would love to get just about any kind of show of affection from their significant other. Men are so conditioned to believe that they don't deserve to be romanced, wined, dined because they are men, that they have no idea how to react when an awesome woman actually does do something like this for them. Which is why if it does happen, they end up looking awkward or put off instead of responding with gratitude. I mean, look at these responses. A lot of guys immediately jump to the, it must be a prank, scenario. Men rarely get to experience romantic gestures from the women they date, so much so that many immediately question the motives of their girlfriend if they do something romantic. I couldn't tell you the last time a woman did something romantic for me. And I bet if you asked most men, they would say the same thing. Romance your men, ladies. Romance the duck out of them. They deserve it just as much as you do. End speech. I would be honored. I'd be incredibly delighted. Suspicious and preemptively depressed that I was being made fun of. My fiancé gives me flowers all the time after I said no one ever gave me flowers. I'd stand there not knowing what to do with them. I'd give them back and while I Google it. My dad shed a tear, and then asked if we could plant it. And then we got into an argument about the best kind of soil to plant it in and who would be responsible for watering it regularly. A girl that I had a crush on, I learned long after that she felt the same at the time, gave me a really nice daisy once. I thought it was nice but didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to make her feel bad, so I put it behind my ear. Apparently just me not knowing what to do with it was enough for her to get sad about it, and I felt so bad I didn't talk to her much for a while, and that's the story of the one that got away, lol. I am gonna have a panic attack. I would really enjoy a single flower sort of thing, I would not enjoy a bouquet. These answers are so varied. I guess thanks guys for being honest. I've seen enough AskReddit movies to know what a single flow means. Asterisk I duck the arrow meant for my head and prepare for the next attack. Asterisk. Like a goddamn king. I once picked my boyfriend flowers, gave them to him and he asked, "Who are these for?" I said, "You." He said, "No they're not." And just kinda walked away. If it was my GF I'd blush a lot and feel really good. If I were single and it was a random girl I'd blush a lot and feel really good. Basically it would feel awesome to be validated as someone worth loving. Back when I worked as a pizza delivery person, I had just gotten off a long shift in the dark months of the year, and had stepped out into the parking lot, which was a rather dark and eerie place at night. I was super out of it, feeling coated in dish grease and general grossness and just ready to get out of uniform when this little girl runs up and thrusts out her hand at me. She reveals this little origami flower, beautifully folded. "I made this," she said with all the pride in the world. To be honest, I was so tired and confused that all I could do was blink at it and try to figure out what the heck was going on. I glanced back and saw her parents waiting by their car. I told her the flower was beautiful and really well folded. She smiled and handed it to me and walked away. I asked her if she wanted it back and she said no, it was for me. Yeah, so it's been like 3 years and that thing is still hanging out in my car. It's been squished and mangled, but to this day it makes me smile. Genuinely. If it was given to me by my partner in a serious way, no pranks etc., I'd probably cry, then press the flowers to keep it forever. Be confused and think it a prank, but I'd be polite and say thanks in case it wasn't. I'd find it a bit _orchid_ at first, but I'd get _clover_ it eventually. Ha ha ha. Ah. ... God, I'm lonely. Confused. What do I do with it? Do I have to water it? Wear it? Can I say thanks, and throw it out? Or I need to carry it with me? What am I going to do with a flower? Smoke it? Flowers are fine, but a girl once left a pan of brownies on my car's hood as I left work, so I guess what I'm saying is maybe brownies are the flowers of the male world and it would be great if we could make this a thing. Attention to males? Damn, I woke up right after. This actually happened to me. My girlfriend gave me a flower on Valentine's Day. I was getting her a few too, but didn't expect her to get anything for me. When I received, my heart melted. Why, I do declare that my poor heart would be all aflutter. I love it. My wife buys me flowers a few times a year and I find it very sweet. She isn't the flower type, but I am, I guess. Wonder WTF I am supposed to do with it. The amount of men who are saying pranks, I am sorry guys. You deserve all the flowers in the world. Smiley face. I once spent a little over 2 hours picking, cutting, and arranging a bouquet of wild flowers for my now ex-girlfriend. She couldn't have cared less about them. Absolutely crushed my heart, so flowers are a bit of a sore spot for me. Kind of an unrelated story, I know. Either way, I would be overjoyed to get some flowers from someone I care about. Little things mean a lot to me. Well, that would mean someone kind of love me? Perfect. I do not know why it could be something else. If a girl gives me a flower, I believe it's the same as me giving her a flower. Random girl? Creepy. Girl on a first date with? Appreciate the gesture. Long-term relationship? Disappointed she doesn't know me better. I don't care for flowers. It's all about context. It's cute, I'd be quite happy. I wouldn't know what to do with them. That's such a crazy notion. It's too mind-boggling. I don't think I would be able to comprehend it. The tables turning in such a manner, the world flipped upside down, all principles of social interaction, ethics, good Christian conduct, reversed through a solitary gesture. ... Everything would be possible in such a situation. Nothing is guaranteed. I wouldn't feel beholden anymore to move inside the confines of the rule of law, wouldn't hold myself accountable for anything that might happen. It is too much. Some scenarios should not be entertained. They lead the mind to its outer bounds and beyond, toward a precipice that is too vertiginous to be gauged. These words mean nothing. Words cannot encapsulate the shock, the pure pandemonium, cannibalism, fratricide, raping, genocide, plague. I am dumbstruck tbh, me really? A tulip? A white rose? How does a man even begin to fathom this? Have bought every boyfriend I've had flowers and they've all loved it. It was very sweet to see how happy they are carrying it too, smiley face. My girlfriend gets me flowers every year for my birthday and I love it. I also love her very much. Over the moon. I would feel flowered. My ex bought me a dozen roses once. Honestly, I was so moved I teared up. To this day it's the sweetest gift I've received from a girlfriend. It's a shame it didn't work out between us, but we remained friends and she will always hold a special place in my heart.